Do you like mechs? Cause we sure do. I mean, giant robots potentially flying in space. What's not to like? Welcome back to Gaming Backlog. I'm Bina, flying solo for this round while Shell fights evil someplace in her own giant robot. So if you're not familiar, mecha or mechs centers on controlling giant robots or mechanized suits. The genre is hugely popular and heavily influenced by Japanese anime and manga like Mobile Suit Gundam, Neon Genesis Evangelion, and Macross. These series have significantly impacted both the design and cultural appeal of mecha media. When it comes to gaming though, we only really see a few games pop up from time to time, and even few are noteworthy. Being able to find a game that offers a realistic feel to piloting something like a Gundam comes few and far between. This is really unfortunate as mecha games appeal to a diverse audience, particularly those drawn to futuristic settings, military themes, and the sheer spectacle of mechanical titans clashing on the battlefield. After all, who wouldn't want to control a giant building-sized robot? Well, look no further cause I think we got the game for you. Mecha Break is an upcoming title from amazing Season Games that honestly pretty much checks out all the boxes you want from a good mecha game. Well, mostly at least. To explain what this game is, Mecha Break is a 6v6 multiplayer hero shooter that lets you pilot a variety of mechs, all while competing in various game modes. It's basically a mix of Armored Core's gameplay in an Overwatch setting, to put it roughly. In the game, you'll be stepping into the cockpit of 13 different mechs that fit into classic roles like attacker, defender, brawler, or sniper. And all of them play very differently from each other, which is a good thing because the game just plays really well. When it comes to combat, you'll be duking it out in an arena against other players, using every trick in your oversized mechanical sleeve. With a variety of weapons at your disposal, each fight can play out differently. The mechs or breakers just feel really great to use, and the same goes for the game's combat. It's fast, responsive, and very punchy.
Double kill.
Add the fact that this is a PvP game. There is a level of immersion that sinks in when the combat gets going. Though it is worth noting that a few of the mechs do feel pretty underwhelming to use. Breakers like Falcon are a little underpowered, but there's plenty of time to get balancing right, so we wouldn't think too much about it. Aside from combat, you can customize your mechs to the fullest, right down to the tiniest details. Like, super tiny. Why did I do that voice? Whether it's a full body paint job or specific colors for your armor, inner frame, and weapons, the game lets you get creative. Even the pilot customization is like this, with numerous outfits and accessories that you can equip to your very own personal pilot. If you want to look like Shara's navel, who's gonna stop you? Also, who would want to stop you? Anyway, there are a ton of cosmetic upgrades you can choose from. However, it would be nice if the devs could separate the weathering from the actual colors. As for the beta, the amount of wear and tear you can place on your paint job is just dependent on which color you choose. Meaning, if you want that certain shade of red, you're going to have to put up with the amount of weathering that comes with it. I don't know, maybe they can just implement some sort of weathering slider on full release. Speaking of full release, there is this one thing that does worry us about this game's future, that being its monetization. While battle passes and cosmetics are fine and well for a free-to-play game, the game's mod system just feels worrying. Through opening loot boxes, you'll be getting various mods that you can equip to your mecha. These vary from giving you both positive and negative stat numbers, like giving you more HP while decreasing your energy regen. The issue comes with the mods being mostly obtainable through these loot crates. Aside from being randomized, they also come in certain tiers. So the thing is, you're gonna have to either spend a lot of time or a lot of money if you want that perfect setup for your mech, which not everyone has a lot of time to do or, the resources to always do and maintain. Hopefully though, they can keep monetization to pure cosmetics, as something like this can be very detrimental to whether a game succeeds or not. So fingers crossed. Monetization issues aside, Mecha Break is an absolute gem in the making, honestly, with a few imperfections just in need of some proper polishing. The game is far from perfect, but a good mecha PvP game is kind of what we need after the enormous flop that was Gundam Evolution. The game doesn't have an exact release date yet, but it is aiming for a 2025 release, and we really can't express how much we want to get back into the cockpit again. That sounds too aggressive. But until then, that was our video on Mecha Break. So we wanna ask, did you get to play the open beta? What did you think of the game? Tell us in the comments below and follow us for more Gaming Backlog. This has been Bina, and we'll see you next time.